but answer my question.
Yes.
The State Department has issued a license.
Yes.
So were you involved in the issuance of that license?
No.
Can you speak to the consideration given for the indictments brought against the prior companies run by Mr. Prince for violating arms exports, for the massacre that happened under his leadership in Iraq? This obviously should have relevance to whether this company is allowed to operate in Haiti and whether there will potentially be blowback against the United States, as there was with respect to Mr. Prince's other private military companies operating in other conflict areas.
Senator, you will respect that I cannot use this opportunity to indict Eric Prince or any of his various companies. Also, any licensing that's done, I'm going to have to refer you to the Political Military Bureau at State Department, because that's their area of expertise and responsibility. It doesn't happen through the U.S. Embassy. However, I will offer you a counterfactual. Can you imagine how the situation with regard to security and stability would be different if we didn't have people with experience contributing to this fight on behalf of the Haitian government? I can assure you that if we didn't have people who brought the expertise to it, to be able to fight at night and to be able to introduce other variables into this equation, the whole situation, and one mentioned by several of your colleagues here, state collapse, we would be much closer to that nasty precipice than we are at the moment. So let me be clear, I don't carry a torch for this outfit, but I have to offer you my best professional counsel, which is precisely that, which is that we would be in a situation that is much worse than we're in at the moment.
Well, with all due respect, that is the argument that was made to us regarding the presence of Blackwater inside Iraq, that we would not be able to maintain security without them, and that we were naive to criticize the presence at that scale of a massive American military contractor. It ended up in the massacre of Iraqis, which severely damaged our ability to carry out our mission inside that country, provided impetus for the rise of a dangerous terrorist group that ended up killing thousands of civilians and draining the American treasury. So I hear your caution, but it sounds eerily familiar to one that got us wrapped up into a dangerous, long conflict in the Middle East. I hope that as our point man on the ground, you are careful about expanding the role of any private military contractor that ultimately, whose actions are ultimately going to accrue not just to their reputational detriment, but to ours as well. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Your points are acknowledged, Senator.
Senator Murphy, I understand your point of view. I am not here to debate you at all, but I think you're exaggerating what took place to some degree in Iraq by saying a severe massacre which led to the long-term stability. What took place from someone that comes from somewhat of that world. But I do respect your opinion and what you're trying to get to. Ambassador Wooster's right. What's our options? Who are we going to put in place? Are we going to commit troops to it? There's private contractors that have been put in place through almost all of our recent conflicts we have had because of certain restraints we may put on ourselves or certain things that we need assistance with because we just don't have the personnel to do it. But they all should be held within reasonable liability and responsibility that represents the nature that the United States represents.
Let me just give, Mr. Chairman, let me just give you credit for having this hearing, right? Because this is an appropriate opportunity to talk to the administration about an issue that, we may have differences of opinion on, but are important questions of American foreign policy. So thank you for convening the hearing so we can have this discussion.
Right, absolutely. How long has Eric Prince been working in Haiti?
Senator, I'm not sure. Again, that contract is with him and the Haitian government. I don't know the answer.
Right, but it's way before this current administration.
Again, I can't give you a dispositive response.
I asked Mr. Holmes, who also is the CEO of Caribbean Security Group, because I know we've had this conversation. Eric Prince has been working in Haiti for how many years now?
I can't speculate. I think it's somewhere around a year.
Okay. So a question that I do have for maybe both you guys, I'd like both y'all's opinion on this because I think you come from different perspective. Which countries exert the most influence in Haiti, both positive and negative, and what role is the PRC playing in this? I'd like both y'all's opinion on this.
Thanks,
And
Winston.
yeah.
Okay. In terms of countries that exert influence, no one compares. It's a little bit like my response on humanitarian assistance. Nobody compares in terms of influence on Haiti. No one compares to the United States. So there's a history we all know with France. There are histories with various others. They live on the same island as the Dominican Republic. So think, if you will, of conjoined twins. They do share that same geographic space. But without question, Senator, the United States has the most significant influence there.
What role is PRC playing?
The PRC has a commercial office that they have established in Haiti. They don't have much in the way of their signature presence. In fact, I have seen no signature presence in terms of the things that we're so used to seeing them about worldwide. So for instance, the construction of railroads, mines, roads, ports, these sorts of things. We do not see those underway. We are not aware that such contracts are being entertained, certainly not between them and the government.
Mr. Holmes?
Certainly, I'd agree that the U.S. plays a predominant role. Canada and French also are prevalent, but Taiwan has played a significant role in Haiti as well. It's important to know that I believe Haiti is one of 12 states that formally recognizes Taiwan, and so there's significant interest there for the PRC to upset that. And we know that as part of the charm offensive over the last 7 years, certainly Haiti has been targeted to that. It's what's also noteworthy is that there's certainly cases of Haitian politicians openly courting Chinese investment and posturing for anyone who wants to act in whatever's in the best interest of Haiti, including swapping their relationship with Taiwan for the PRC.
So just to conclude the hearing, I think what we have taken from this most of all is, we've talked about a range of topics, but first and foremost, we got to draw in stability to be able to get the foreign aid in. And I think there's some work to be done in that. Ranking Member Schatz made a good point. Where do we need to direct the money? How do we need to do that? The size of force matters. I think, Mr. Holmes, you made a good point on the fact of how big Haiti is versus New York City, and the amount of force they have versus what Haiti is realistically supposed to secure with. So I think we do need to take a deep dive into this. And Ambassador, we'd love to work with you and figure out what we need to do. Because I think all of us can agree we want Haiti to be able to stand up on their own, and we know this isn't going to happen tomorrow. I've spent multiple trips in Haiti, spent quite a bit of time down there, invested personally into Haiti, years past, and it is not an easy challenge. They have a dark past and hopefully a bright future, but it takes all of us working together and maybe taking a different approach. We want to see that happen. So thank you for your time.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
can I ask
absolutely.
Ambassador Wooster a question not related to Haiti,
Sure.
but on an issue that I know you care about?
Okay.
Ambassador, I know you've spent a fair amount of time in Syria, in the Middle East, and currently there is an opportunity there for, and they're dealing with some of the same issues in Haiti in terms of stability and security. Do you have any observations about the current effort to integrate the SDF and the Kurds into the central government, and what those challenges are and how we can support that effort?
Senator Shaheen, I'm afraid I have an unsatisfying response for you because professional discipline requires that since I'm not working that portfolio now, that I defer to my colleagues who are in the NEA Bureau.
Too bad.
This is a nice try, though.
It was. Thank you.
Question for the record should be submitted by Friday, February 13th, 2026. With that, the hearing is adjourned.
Mes amis, saison taxe lan rive. Koute, ITF Services LLP, gen bon nouvel pour vous. Ou vle maximiser remboursement taxe ou, pas l'autre côté. ITF